Aquarius, dear unicorn of the zodiac, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Aquarius, I'm going to be doing your reading for mid-August from now until the end of the month, 2026. This will be a general reading. It may resonate with you and it may not. Now, in this reading, dear Aquarius, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards for you and get some final advice. So Aquarius, cutie patootie, I hope that you're doing well and everything is going well for you. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta make sure that you see this reading as soon as possible. I'm kind of feeling like in a cowboy mood today also. Okay. So Aquarius, your challenge is the Nine of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Cups followed by the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. Aquarius, your challenge here, cutie patootie, has a lot to do with the Nine of Wands energy. And this is about a conflict. This is about conflict within oneself. This is about boundaries, wounded warrior, feeling some type of pain deep down within you. And that's what I was also picking up on when I was meditating on your sign. I feel like there is something that you're really hurt and you're really worried about. But honestly, I don't want to jump too far ahead in your reading. But I do see here, in the near future, there is something really positive coming for you. You have a commitment coming up, okay? Like I said, I don't want to jump too far ahead. And the reason why I feel so strongly about this manifesting for you or happening is because you're showing up in the future. The Star, which is the card of an Aquarius. So it's all going to get clarified, right? But I feel like that you are really anxious and worried about a situation. And you do feel a lot of pain about this. So we're going to clarify this. We're going to get more information and we're going to see what is it that you need to know. Dear Aquarius, in the recent past, you have the Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, and the Empress. Very strong earth energy, okay? You have the two cards that represent the sign of Taurus showing up. Some of you are dealing with the fixed sign Taurus. Some of you are dealing with the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Maybe also a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. For some of you, could have been a Pisces. I do see here that there was a commitment here between you and a specific person. However, this relationship, this commitment, whether it was going to go towards marriage, whether it was going to go towards something really serious, it didn't really happen. Some of you maybe became pregnant and you had to take care of your own child. Some of you were a single parent. Take it as it resonates, but I do see here that a commitment, marriage didn't fully manifest and take off the ground. So we're going to clarify this. We're going to get more information. Aquarius, in the present moment, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Cups. In the present moment, I see here that there is a lot of sadness, disappointment, contemplating about the past, really being worried about love life. Who is going to come into my life? And this could be you maybe really thinking about, love in general, that you want to manifest love for you. And for others of you, you are aware that there is somebody here that you had dealt with, maybe is involved with another person, or maybe you have someone in your life that something is just not working out anymore and you want to work out this like a connection with a specific person, okay? There is a lot to unpack here because the Six of Pentacles shows three people. We're going to clarify all of this and we're going to get more information for you in a moment. Now, in the near future, dear Aquarius, you have the Two of Wands, the Star, and the Ten of Cups. In the near future, it looks like that, like I said, there is a destination that you're choosing to enter into, to move towards that destination. I do see here that there is commitment that's going to come for you. Some of you could be traveling, Aquarius. Some of you may be relocating. Maybe you're also taking a trip with someone very specific. And whether this is about a reunion, whether this is you meeting someone new, I am going to clarify and I'm going to find out that for you, okay? And then you have the Four of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ten of Swords. It looks like, and the Wheel of Fortune. So Aquarius, it looks like the end of a very confusing and painful cycle is finally coming to an end. Something is finally closing out for you. You have been really, really wanting to be in a committed, loving relationship, and that's what's finally going to show up for you. But it's also going to be, there's going to be a moment of you releasing some sort of pain, okay? Some kind of betrayal, forgiving yourself. I don't know why I'm picking up Aquarius. Some of you could be feeling like you have betrayed yourself, okay, for whatever way that may look like. But I do see here that there is a situation that's finally going to get resolved in your love life, okay? Because we have the Lovers here and the Ten of Cups. So we're going to clarify all of this. We're going to find out to see what is it that you need to know. And I want to thank every single one of you for being here. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Confirmation, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I need to maybe work on my manners, huh? So Aquarius, on this channel, you already know this. We make sure that we're gonna hit the like button, okay? We're gonna hit that like button because by you doing your part, you're helping this video to go out there and to find a lot of Aquarians out there. You're showing your appreciation and your gratitude and also leaving positive comments. Like I said, I'm going to be choosing 2 Aquarians and I'm going to be pulling cards for them to see what messages are coming through. So, and that's going to happen this month. Let's get into your reading and let's clarify your challenge, dear Aquarius, and see what's happening with you with this 9 of Wands. So Aquarius, the 9 of Wands is clarified by the 9 of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. You have a lot going on in your head, okay? And you are a powerful communicator. Your mind is great. You think a lot with your head. And I think that you're really stressed out about a connection here, about a partnership, with a specific person that you feel like that you have a very strong bond and a soul connection with. You and this person may also come from different cultures, different backgrounds. There is something about a Spanish background. I don't know if it's you or if it's this person, someone here who speaks more than one language. You do wake up in the middle of the night, or you have these very late nights when you're just kind of waking up and you're thinking about this connection. Somebody just hasn't really left your mind or your energetic aura yet. There is a lot of memories connected and associated with this person. Some of you are dealing with the fire sign Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, could be a Pisces, very strong Taurus energy, okay? With the Page of Wands, I'm also getting that some of you have been really worried about, is there any direction that this connection is going to go to, like any direction, because there might be some sort of silence. A lot of you have your guard up right now. You're kind of really quiet. You're under cover right now with the 9 of Wands. So there is a lot of thinking that you're doing with the 9 of Wands, and you have your there is something about boundaries, okay? So you're starting to really set boundaries with people around you. You're in a little bit of a hermit mode because you're dealing with a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings right now deep down about that connection. Some of you also maybe were dealing with an air sign, like a Gemini or Libra, okay? Or you have any of these air sign placements in your birth chart here. I also must mention that some of you maybe deal with the person who comes from a very hot climate, like a desert also. So, okay, definitely somebody who speaks more than one language is what I'm getting. Now, in the recent past, the Hierophant here is clarified by the Judgment, Scorpio energy, 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. So what you once thought was going to be very stable, some of you even had a business with this person, you had some sort of union. I do see here, Aquarius, that in the recent past, there was a lot of this questioning, uncertainty. Why is this relationship taking so long? Why is the commitment not happening? Somebody here took their time to really think about it. I am getting that there was some sort of a conflict and a fight between you and this person, about the commitment here. You and this person just couldn't come into some sort of a solid agreement to make this connection happen or solidify this relationship. Hence the reason why when someone was not so sure about the direction of this relationship, there was a very painful ending. So it came to an end. There was some kind of a betrayal also that happened. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Okay, someone here was very much focused on money, career. Career was super important for them, okay? Putting it above everything. Now, let's clarify the Four of Pentacles for you in the recent past, dear Aquarius. Cutie patootie. So the Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Emperor here, and the Five of Cups and the Chariot. Some of you also were dealing with the Cancer, okay? I do see here that, you know, you and this person went back and forth. There was a lot of these chaser and runner dynamic between you and this person. Eventually, whatever happened between you and this person caused you and them a lot of sadness, a lot of disappointment. You know, what once you both thought was going to be very solid, pregnancy was also in the, you know, for some of you, pregnancy was a big goal with this person. I do see here that a lot of you Aquarius went through a major depression or sadness just because you were really anticipating something solid to take place with this person here. Now, I am also getting with the Knight of Swords and the Emperor, you were dealing with the person that also had a lot of these like outbursts, okay? A lot of fire energy within this person as well. A lot of outbursts. It's not that you didn't like this person, but I think there was an aspect to them that maybe they would blow up, or someone was getting very angry, okay, or irritated very easily. So the Empress here in the recent past is clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Death card here, and the Five of Swords. And that's what I was talking about, a conflict here. Conflict over a relationship, over marriage, commitment. You see, there might have been also a third-party situation. The third party could be anything and anyone. It could be a person. It could be an addiction. It could be a certain thing. And this was tied up to a marriage. This was tied up to a connection with the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords and the Justice here, okay? Some of you also divorced this person, or you separated because there was something that you just couldn't trust the situation any longer. And I really do see here that this ending that happened was very painful. Very painful, even to the point that with the Nine of Wands, that's also your challenge, okay? That's in the past. It's showing up in the present moment as a challenge too, because you still want to make sure, you still want to know if you and this person have any kind of future together or not. If this is someone, it could be years ago that you ended things with them. It could be years ago that there was a major conflict and you both didn't work it out. But there is a lot of this questioning. And it could be also that this person is questioning that as well. Okay, Queen of Wands. Yes, very strong Leo energy here. And then there is the Justice, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So for some of you, maybe you also went through a divorce with this person, whether that was on a paper, whether that was just, you know, just separating. Definitely had a lot to do with trust issues with the Seven of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so now in the present moment here, Aquarius, with the Six of Pentacles, I do see here that Knight of Cups, Five of Cups. The challenge here is that you have been in a dynamic where you felt like that there was not an equal give and take exchange energy. And maybe there has just been a lot going on. You're wondering if this person is involved with somebody else or not. Is the third party still there or not? Clarified by the Strength, the Six of Pentacles again, the Chariot, and the Page of Pentacles. So you're dealing with a Leo, and I feel like this person is possibly dealing with someone else. Doesn't have to be a Leo for everyone. But this person could be involved with another person, but they could be also getting ready to move on from that person. There is something about this person moving away from a situation, from someone else that is not fulfilling for them also. There is a desire for this person that you are dealing with, for this person to stay single for a while, just to be on their own. That is the vibe that I'm getting. They don't want to date other people. They don't want to meet other people. There is something about this person just being on their own, okay? Knight of Cups here is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords, and the Fool. There is this still that the conflict that you and this person had in the past about commitment still exists with the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. This person knows that you and them, even though there is a big potential, now things are too much chaotic for it to just get resolved right away. It may get resolved, but there is too much going on. Family members, family matters. I don't know, somebody's cousin also could be affecting this situation. But there is definitely a lot happening, Aquarius. There is no need to really worry about it too much, because I do see here negative people, okay, that are gonna fall apart, they're gonna fall away. You know that your person is not just making decisions on their own. This is someone that may be influenced by other people or circumstances around them. You know, are you sad and disappointed about this situation? I think most of you are really disappointed and sad with the Five of Cups. But again, there is something about you deep down that even you're not telling or showing, but you have that deep faith within you that you're going to be okay no matter what, and whatever is best for you is going to work out. Okay? The Five of Cups is clarified by the World, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands, and the Fool. Two stories for two groups of Aquarians. I'm going to keep this very real. I'm getting curious very strongly about 60% of you are going to successfully close this chapter and move on from this person. Hold on, I'm not done with you yet, okay? Six of Cups, yes, it's a past person. There is the World and the Six of Wands. You're going to want to move on from this person. You're going to pursue your career. You're going to focus on what matters to you. You are going to do what's best for you. Some of you are wanting to be a public figure. Maybe you are already a public figure. You could be Megan Thee Stallion watching me right now. Hi, Megan. Never know, right? But, you know, especially if you've been cheated on and if this person really put you down, Megan, I'm sending you big hugs, but you're successfully closing out this cycle and you're moving on, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. If some people are looking for a sugar-coating fairy tale, la la land type of tarot, I'm not that person here. I'm going to keep it very realistic here. Okay, I don't sugarcoat. I don't have the time to sit here and shuffle a bunch of cards and tell people what's not in the cards. And I show every single card. So, and you are too smart for this. You know you can do your own research. You can definitely look up to it too. But I'm also intuitively, you know, using my gifts, what I'm seeing for you. 40% of you Aquarians, even though you are very sad and you're very disappointed about this, I do see here that you and your specific person are going to successfully close out the chapter from the past and move towards a new direction with the Six of Wands. The reason why I feel more convinced for that 40% of you is because you have the Six of Cups, and this is a twin flame connection, the World. You both are meant to learn a very important lesson and close out a chapter from the past in order for you to move forward towards a new direction where there is the Six of Wands, which is about, you know, successful completion of a very difficult chapter. Because before the Six of Wands comes the Five of Wands. And this Five of Wands is the conflict, it's the argument, it's the third-party situations that you don't want to deal with. And both of you are going to close that. Some of you are going to cut some people off out of your life, toxic people, you and them. Because when there is too many voices, when there is too many voices around you about your love life, about your decisions, things just get very confusing. Okay, so that's where you draw the line with some people. Now, in the future, Aquarius, someone could be traveling to you. There is the Two of Wands because they want to heal something with you and move forward towards a new direction. Ace of Swords, Tower, Four of Pentacles, King of Swords. Get ready to have a very difficult conversation with this person. Very difficult conversation, but we need to have these difficult conversations for things to move forward. People want things easily to be handed to them on a silver platter. If someone hasn't done the work, it's not going to happen. But you have been doing the work, and that's what also this person wants to address, and they want to talk about the Tower moment. Okay, that Scorpio energy. Some of you dealt with the Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Rising. I do see here that with the Ace of Swords and the Tower, this is about a connection that came to an end. Okay, and that conversation that's going to happen has a lot to do with either they want you to tell them something or you want them to tell you something. But with the Four of Pentacles, you both have been holding on to it. There is a very painful ending from the past. Something very tragic must have happened that you both are still holding on to. Holding on to the Tower, the past pain, the past memories, and that's what you are going to learn to release and let go in order for you and this person to be together. You have the stars showing up. By the way, I've just been meaning to really tell you this. I want to give a big shout out to that Aquarius who actually last week saw me in the elevator out there on the strip in Las Vegas. And she is an Aquarius. So We were getting into the elevator. She was come out of the elevator and she was like, "Are you a YouTuber?" I said, "Yes." And she said, and I said, "What's your sign?" "Aquarius." I said, "Okay, I'll give you a shout out." So if you're watching this, let me know into the comment section. Girl, it was very nice to meet you in person for a few seconds. And thank you for saying hi. Okay, so Aquarius, this is you showing up in the future with the star, okay, with the star energy here. So let's clarify the star for you and see what this means. And then there is the 10 of Cups. Okay, so because you're moving towards commitment, Aquarius, and the star is clarified by the 10 of Wands, the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Fool. Moving towards commitment, moving into a brand new beginning here, coming out of isolation, coming out of, this, separation. There is another word I was looking for, sadness also. And then there is an Hangman, spiritual awakening. A lot of you are going through a major spiritual awakening. The way that things are going to unfold for you, Aquarius, is that there is going to be a confession and apology. I think that you have been really exhausted and really, really tired of this constant back and forth situation, not having enough clarity where this relationship is going to move towards to. So things are going to start getting a lot more clear for you. And you have the Knight of Cups. Someone is coming towards your way with a lot of love. They do have a lot of love for you. I think that there is a lot of inner work that's been being done. Now, if someone treated you very badly and it was just so horrible, whatever there was, abuse, whatever, you have to use your discernment and decide if that's worth going back to or not. This is more so a very family-oriented person, okay? Someone is becoming committed to coming towards your way, being more committed. And then there is the 10 of Cups, which is about family, union, marriage, okay? So the 10 of Cups is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, the Fool here, and the 10 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, Aquarius, is a card of a commitment. It's also reunion here, a celebration, okay? Temperance, Sagittarius. Some of you are dealing with the Sagittarius here also. And then there is the Hangman. So for many of you, I do see here, Aquarius, big potential for you and this person to heal things with each other. And with the 5 of Pentacles, the Fool, 10 of Pentacles, you basically are going to overcome that, isolation. Going from 5 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles, right? Going from separation to long-term commitment here. There is the 10 of Pentacles. Moving towards a brand new beginning here. And that's what's going to make you really, really believe in miracles. And it's going to give you a lot of solidity, okay? It's going to make your faith a lot stronger because, like I said, a lot of you are choosing to close a cycle with this person. Some of you are going to close a cycle together and move towards a brand new beginning because there is always a lesson in a twin flame connection, if this is a twin flame or a specific type of soul connection here that you're having. I see here some of you even buying a house, making investments, possibly also paying off some sort of a debt, okay? 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, that's the ultimate relationship card here coming up for you. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Cups, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords. Like I said in the very beginning of this reading, Aquarius, for you, you are definitely going to be closing out a very painful cycle here that's been taking you forever to do that because the moment you acknowledge that 9 of Wands, your past pain doesn't have to determine your future. Your past story doesn't have to be your future story. There is a major shift that's going to happen for you, okay? So things start moving towards your way. You start moving away also from certain toxic people, toxic situations, toxic content also. So let's get the advice for you, Aquarius. Make sure you're being very vigilant what you are watching and who you are consuming because everyone puts a spell, okay? Especially if there is too negative, if it's just you already know what it is, okay? That's just not resonating with you. Your soul knows, right? It could be a very sad song, it could be a sad movie, it could be just all kinds of low vibrational stuff out there that you want to be very careful about. So what is the advice for Aquarius? You have the 3 of Swords, you have the Lovers, and you have the Strength, okay? And you have the Knight of Swords. So, like I said before, doesn't have to, but again, some of you are dealing with the Leo. Aquarius, the Lovers, the Strength, and the 3 of Swords. Even though things have ended between you and this person, it's been a very painful situation. Lover shows up again in the strength. Don't underestimate how powerful you are and give yourself the credit that you are actually due. I see here you moving from this wounded warrior, from this Nine of Wands to really becoming the strength. You know, people say, oh, the strength, right? It's the card of a Leo. You become, no, you are not born the strength. You become the strength through trials and tribulations and endings and beginnings and tower moments and all of that. What you are learning from this situation, from this ending is, okay, I'm going to be also making the decision today to change my frequency, my vibration. If I want to be with this person, I'm going to act like that I'm, first of all, deserving of love and commitment in general. Okay, because that's the overall energy you need to vibrate at. That's the energy you need to exude. Second of all, then you're just gonna stop consuming trashy, toxic, unhealthy information coming from out there so that you can focus on what matters to you the most in the present moment for you to manifest. Even though there was a breakup, there is also possibly a reunion that's gonna happen for you. Okay, according to your faith, it's gonna be done unto you. And because Aquarius, we are in the age of Aquarius, we're constantly evolving and growing, and there is this rapid spiritual awakening that's happening in everyone's life. Your person is not excluded from also having a spiritual awakening as well, okay? So Aquarius, this is what I had for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading helped and resonated with you. Thank you for going ahead and hitting the like button, leaving positive comments below because I'm going to be choosing two Aquarians and get some cards for you in the upcoming videos. Maybe not the next one, but the other one. So I love you all so much. I hope to see you soon again. I will see you soon again. Have a wonderful day ahead and take care. Until next time. Bye.